right. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Actually, it's a little bit different this time. This is going to be kind of a mini episode, and honestly, we're going to call this the Folding List Pocket Change. This is going to be a gaming focused mini fun episode. We always try and fight talking about video games while we're doing this stuff. And this time I just wanted to give us a chance to do it on pocket change. And I call it pocket change because, when you're in the laundromat and you're waiting on your laundry and you see that old school giant cabinet and you're like, I want to, do I have any pocket change? See, I paused for the laughter. I'm just making sure y'all got that out of the way, the applause, all that kind of stuff. And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and bring my boy in. What's up, Cam? What's going on?
Oh, man. Let's talk about some video games. I got some shit to say.
Let's go. Yeah. So do you have I'm always like, yeah, man. So we're watching this movie that I've seen a million times, and I haven't. And I didn't even ask if you've seen it. You haven't seen these things because I know you're not as much of a movie person, but you're definitely more of a gaming person than I am.
Oh man, talk about playing a game a million times. Guess what released just now? The Last of Us Part 1 for the third time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. People are going to be paying full price for this game for a third time. What the hell is wrong with you, America? What's going on?
I don't get it, man. Like, I feel like that's a big part of gaming right now is like we vote with our dollars, man. In a capitalist society, we vote with our dollars, and everybody keeps paying for stuff that they don't need to be paying for. Please
Super
just stop.
Ultra Arcade Edition Part 3.
Man.
All DLC included.
We'll never see GTA 6. Like, it's never going to happen because people they dump so much money into GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5 made like what, $2 billion or something like that. It made $1 billion like in 3 months. So it's probably
yeah. Maybe less than that. I think it's like the highest grossing piece of media ever. Like, damn. I don't think anything has made as much money as Grand Theft Auto has. Maybe Pokemon, I believe. Like, I heard that recently, that they have, like, that franchise, all of those different games, all of the shows, the movies, all of that stuff, all together, that money is, like, out of control high.
That's
I
wild.
can't imagine how much money that is to really think about it. But I think GTA is either right behind it or right ahead of it. People keep dumping
Ash should be like...
into it.
Yeah, Ash should be like 30 years old right now. Shouldn't he be like 35? Ash Ketchum?
I think so, man.
He's still 9 years old. Catching Pokemon.
And he's not a master yet, is he? I can't imagine that.
Damn, Ash, you suck. Just give up. Get a job, bro.
I stopped paying attention to Pokemon in, I don't even know, middle school?
Yeah, me too.
I think that was when I gave up on it.
Yeah, the big craze, like everyone had the Pokemon cards. And you know what? I got my Butterfree. It was a holographic Butterfree card. And I got that shit stolen. I ain't never looked back ever again after that.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling when stuff gets stolen. I speaking of like gaming stuff and getting stolen, that's how I lost my Game Gear, my Sega Game Gear when I was a kid. I brought it to summer camp. And I left it. I remember playing it and everybody being like, wow, that's cool. You got a Game Gear? And I was like, yeah, it's great. It takes so many batteries. And then I took it and I put it down so I could go get lunch on the counter. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I left my Game Gear on the counter. Never saw it again.
Oh, shit.
And honestly, thinking about it, I'm sure it was a counselor.
Like, I was just about to say that. It was a counselor. Like, you kids, going to summer camp. You ain't playing no damn games. Give me this shit.
Straight up, like, yeah, and just think about it. Who's going to be a counselor at like a naval air base in Pensacola? It's going to be like some 19-year-old kid, just like, all right, like somebody. I'm just going to put this in my backpack. Was a kid going to accuse me? So yeah, that is definitely gone. I remember my parents being very upset about that.
Damn. Did you ever get another one?
No.
Damn.
Those things are expensive, man. Yeah. I can't imagine my parents like paying for a whole nother system. Like that's genuinely buck wild. Like,
damn. R.I.P. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, so like just when you're talking about like spending your money on gaming and all this kind of stuff, man, like what's different with this most recent Last of Us? Like, why would people want to pay for it
More polygons. That's it.
again?
It's
Ooh,
it's
polygons.
the remastered version of it. Brand new 3D models. Brand new expressions.
Oh, is
Um,
it really?
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, Naughty Dog, they make some damn pretty good looking games. Not gonna lie, but let me say this, Naughty Dog, I'm on to you. You know why? Why does every single dark skinned person in your game, why are they a bad guy? Or
Ooh,
why do they die? Hmm.
ooh.
Hmm.
Answer that,
Well,
not a
yeah,
dog.
Neil Druckmann, I'm looking at you.
Oh, you calling people out by name. See, I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
these people, man.
Oh, Neil Druckmann, he's like the Michael Bay of the video game world. It's
Oof.
like people love his games, but I can't stand that guy because I think
Hmm.
he's racist.
Hmm. That could possibly be a thing. Could or could,
I got
allegedly racist.
no, allegedly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Just sprinkle up an
Yeah.
allegedly here or there while we're talking
Yeah.
about these people.
Yeah. I got my Kunta cap on, so I'm definitely
Going hard tonight.
yeah. All right, Neil Druckmann.
Yeah,
I
man.
see you.
I don't know, man. It's a lot of there. There's a lot of stuff in the gaming industry that really like it really it really bothers me when because it's very similar to the film industry, very similar to the music industry. There's
Yeah.
millions, billions of dollars floating around, and the people in certain positions they tend to not be the best people. So like
Mm.
we don't have to dive too deep into that today. We can kind
Oh,
of
yeah. Yeah. Let's talk
we
about Overwatch. Let's talk about
yeah.
Blizzard.
Oh no, that's
And-
we need to have a disclaimer at the front of that conversation.
right.
Let's not talk about Blizzard.
America,
Oof.
have you ever heard of the Bill Cosby room? Hmm.
Ooh boy, oh my god.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yikes,
Looking
yikes,
at you, Blizzard.
yikes. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
if you aren't familiar with that story, look it up. It was a very, very big moment in the industry just because it kind of shined a light on the fact that gaming industry isn't perfect either. And there's a lot of shady people, a lot of you know, not too savory people. They they run this thing. They're at these like giant positions, these super high up leadership positions, and sometimes it's not because they're the coolest people. It's strictly because they knew how to play the game. And
It's a boys'
I didn't
club.
mean to. Yeah, yeah, I didn't mean to say that,
Yeah.
but no pun intended. But yeah, like it is
Mhm.
it's a boys' club. It
Yeah.
truly is, man. Like I
Yeah.
remember we were doing a League of Legends thing for work because I'm sure the audience knows, but I've worked on a television show that's multiple television shows that are very centered around gaming, and
Yeah.
it's uh, we had to focus on League of Legends, and I was like, I don't know anything about this game. I'm gonna play it a little
Mhm.
so I can like get to know what's happening, get to know what the game is actually all about.
Mm.
And I was getting basically screamed at in the chat.
What did
Like
they
in the
say to you?
first round, like, why are you going mid? You should be going low. You suck. Why are you even here? Get learn to play the game. And it's like I'm trying to learn to play the game. I played, by myself for a while, but like y'all aren't being cool at all.
Oh
And
man.
they were like, yeah, so what? You're like messing up our games. We take this serious. We take this serious. And I was just like, well, that's cool, but y'all are being like toxic as shit. Like I don't.
Hey, bro,
Like,
gamers deserve nothing at all. They
oh
never
yeah,
have,
yeah, man.
and they never will. Gamers,
No,
you deserve nothing.
whoa,
You deserve
whoa.
less.
Like, and I said that to him, and then this kid was like, "Yo, man, I'll teach you how to play, and I'll show you how to go. Like, if you want to go into a ring with me, we can just play you and me." And like, and he really did walk me through it. He was down to help me, which was super cool of him. But everybody else that I
Yeah.
met in that game, not the coolest people. I'll say that. So
Yeah, man. Yeah.
certain games have certain followings that I just can't get down with. Can't get down.
Hey, Travis, I have a
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Which franchise do you think has the worst following ever in gaming? We already know that in movies it's Star Wars, but who has the worst
Yeah,
following in in gaming?
man, that's real tough. I feel like every franchise has a large portion of it that just sucks, man. Because I
Yeah.
was gonna say, immediately my brain went to the Warzone community, uh,
Oh,
just because they're in it solely to grief people, and
yeah,
I
that's a
can't do
good
it,
one.
man. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing, but then you also have uh, painting with a broad brush here, but the Nintendo community.
Ooh, I think
Uh,
Nintendo itself is actually like a cyberdyne. Like they're, like they're striking
I
content creators and
oh
finding them and suing them and shit.
I don't know about I don't know about Nintendo as a brand. I've worked with them multiple times recently. And I think they're super cool,
Oh
but
yeah, Nintendo's great. We love
but,
Nintendo.
but sometimes their community it can be a little gatekeepy, a little a lot of things.
Play Pokemon, guys.
And that's with a lot of different communities. I think there there are people that are, they see this thing and they latch on to it, and they
Mm,
latch on to it in like a super, like, almost you can't say codependent because it's a video game.
right.
Well,
I
the
mean,
games.
it becomes their world.
Yes, yeah. And they can't snap out of it, man. Like, it becomes
Yeah,
their whole personality, and I can't really.
yeah.
I don't know. It's a. I've never really been one of those people that takes video games seriously. Like, I'll get
Mm,
competitive, but like when it comes to like a campaign, I will put a game down so fast. I do
yeah,
not care. I'll
yeah.
be like, this is an awesome game, but it's getting hard. So I give up and I never play it again.
That's
That's happened with a
funny.
lot of different games, man.
That is
Doom was
hilarious.
one of those games for sure.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
the most recent Doom, you have the shotguns and the demons and the chainsaws
Yeah, the
and
grappling
all that.
hook and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
great fun game until it got to a point.
Mm.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't
Okay.
keep up. Like, I had to watch my homeboy Brian, who we'll have to have on the show, obviously.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. But
Hey
folding
Travis, you ever
list.
cheated?
What do you mean?
You ever cheated in a video game?
Well, I use cheats. I've used cheats, but do you mean like cheat against your friends?
No, never cheat against your friends. That's immoral.
Oh no, is Cam a cheater? That's not good.
We'll put that as
Oh,
the headline, the thumbnail headline. Is camera cheat?
is Cam a cheater? Yeah,
Clickbait.
The YouTube thumbnail, just you looking all scared. Yeah, we got to get those cheesy thumbnails going. The
Yeah, the
YouTube
red,
clickbait
yeah, the
theme
red
thumbnail.
circle and the arrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
just do
yeah, and just the person
it.
all in the camera pointing. Oh, that's one I see a lot from the same dude. This fish tank guy I follow. He always put. This is an extremely visual bit we're doing. I hope they're watching this on YouTube because we're doing all these great poses into nothingness. Well, actually, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll reset and we'll be right back with more of the folding list pocket change.
If you're tired of the endless scrolling when you finally have some time to yourself at the end of a hectic day, listen to the Nightly Binge for suggestions on the most binge-worthy shows. If you ever just want to throw on a movie while doing chores or laundry that don't require your full attention, Listen to the Folding List for reviews on movies that you can watch while not really watching. For the funniest group of guys that sit around and review movies on a brewski system, you do not want to miss Movie Dogs after the credits. And last but not least, tune in to Sandusky's Talk Shit for the funniest stories on everyday problems that an interracial/blended family deal with, and they discuss all of this while drinking. A lot. Also, don't forget to follow our podcast on Instagram. We appear as Sandusky's Talk Shh. That is SANDUSKYSTALKSHHH. Please message us with any suggestions on topics you'd like for us to discuss while drinking. A lot.
All right, welcome back. Travis once again right here, and we got Cam the cheater. I mean, we'll just say Cam.
Hey man, Sekiro is hard. Beat that shit.
No, what did you mean? What did you mean by cheating?
So everyone knows that From Software makes difficult games.
Okay.
Some would say that they make games for a certain type of gamer.
Okay.
Ones that not everyone can beat. Sekiro was one of those games for me. I made it past the first boss. Oh man, Sekiro. Okay, so have you ever heard of Tenshu, Shadow Assassins?
No.
Very old PS1 game about ninjas. All right, so you've heard of From Software?
I think so. Yeah. Because they do like the Elder Scrolls and stuff, right? Or
no. Elden Ring, yeah, exactly.
Yes,
so before From Software was From Software, they would just do all these random, games. Like they did Murakumo, Shadow Skies, or whatever. They did Otogi. They did just all these games that were pretty cool, but they were pretty gimmicky, and they didn't sell too much until they got this one guy, Hidetaka Miyazaki, who they gave him a project that was basically dead. And they said, hey, we don't have any faith in this project. Do what you want. So he was like, okay, cool. So what he did was he took this European RPG, this European fantasy RPG, and he created probably one of the most groundbreaking and definitive titles of its time. He ramped up the difficulty. He broke the stage into different sections, so it kind of resembles the old school dungeon crawling RPGs, and it took gaming by storm. So from Dark Souls came Demon Souls, or Demon Souls came Dark Souls, and then it came Dark Souls 2, and then of course now we have Elden Ring. Well, in between that, there was a game called Sekiro. Sekiro is a ninja action RPG, and it follows suit of the extremely difficult games that From Software produce, where if you die in real life.
Oh, what?
Yes, or at least it feels like you die in real life because you go all the way back to the beginning. There are no checkpoints.
Oh no.
Super difficult.
No.
Yeah.
See, that's not my type of game. That's not my type.
Yes. You do get a little bit of grace because you get a second chance. But if you die twice, hence the name, Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Wow.
Then you die in real life.
That's crazy. Wait, so do you ever get that second chance back? Like, is there a way you can die 3 times and still finish the game within one run? Or
no. It's more so you die twice within I guess each section is broken up into checkpoints, and the checkpoints are very few and far in between.
That's crazy.
And the game is very difficult. In between those checkpoints, there are multiple bosses, there are multiple pathways that you can do. Enemies hit, and they hit hard, and they hit often.
See, those games don't do it for me. You remember when I was just talking about how I am very quick to give up on video games,
Oh yeah,
That
this
would
would be
make
one.
I would die twice very early, and then would just be like, why did they make this game? This game's dumb. I don't want to play this game, and
Oh yeah.
I'll never
Oh
play
yeah.
it again.
Oh yeah. I had that same notion, but then I discovered trainers. Trainers where you can download a program online, and it's like,
Mm.
oh, infinite health, oh, infinite stamina, you know, infinite
Okay.
items. So I didn't do everything, but I just did infinite like health items. So I wanted a little bit of a challenge, you know.
Mm.
But what happened was I was able to experience one of the greatest games that I've ever played in my life. As
That's
I
awesome.
was able, yeah, I was able to go through the entire game all the way through, and I had a really pleasurable experience just because I use a
You
trainer for
cheat.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And I don't see anything wrong with that. Just so you can experience the game. And honestly, like I'm sure I'm sure the creators would want you to play the game how it's supposed to be played. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
Or
they would
Reddit.
also want you to like see the game too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah. It got to a
there's a
point
lot to
where,
that.
yeah, it got to a point where I literally sat back. I set the controller down and I sat back in my chair and I was like, this is a video game. Like it's a true video game.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, you don't really get the full experience. You get half of a video game, then you get DLC, and you get
Yeah.
pay to play on the other end. So it's
Yep.
like you're getting half a pizza, and then you're gonna have to pay for the other half, and you also have
At
to pay
some
for your
point.
drink.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
You're
Whereas
they're gonna
Sekiro,
piecemeal the whole experience to you. Like
exactly.
it sucks when they do that, and I like that's why I'm a very when it comes to gaming, I love the culture, I love the games, but when it comes to playing them, I am a big like car simulator dude. Like if I'm
Agreed.
not in a simulator, like I can't really play the car games. They just don't like I'll play like Horizon and stuff with my friends if they ask me to, but other
Yeah.
than that, I'm in the simulator, man, because believe me, I promise you, I'm not
Hmm.
lying. They really do help you get better in reality.
Hmm.
It's a weird feeling when you're like, oh, I just did something I did in a video game. Like
Hmm.
that's a crazy feeling. And honestly, I we'll talk about simulators and all that kind of stuff later. I'm always blown away by the games like Sekiro,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and Elden Ring and all those games. They're so intense to me. I can't do it. But honestly, I heard about this new game coming out. We actually talked about it on a crossover episode. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I had to think of the name because it's just a jumbled up mess of words. But
Dude, is that a movie? What is that?
well, there is a movie, but oh yeah, I guess you didn't watch it. You weren't in the crossover episode. You never seen
Nah,
Killer
nah.
Clowns from Outer Space?
It sounds like something that I would probably avoid, but
Yeah, it doesn't seem like your type of movie. I don't think that's one that you'd enjoy. If you didn't like The
I
Rock,
mean,
I don't think you're gonna. I
yeah, I
don't think
mean,
you're
like,
gonna like
hey, yeah, I mean, hey, if Samuel Jackson is in it, I'll watch it.
it. He is not in this movie. I think this movie was made for
Oh,
like
okay. Yeah.
$500,000 in
Oh,
1985 or some shit. But yeah,
oh, they could have
let's
got him
actually.
for $500,000 in
Well,
1985.
that's the whole budget. That's what I was saying. That's the whole
Oh,
budget,
well,
man.
yeah, they probably still could have got because what was he doing in '85? He was doing
Uh, Probably Spike
Juice.
Lee stuff.
Yeah, Juice with Tupac.
And I think that Juice came out. See, that's the other podcast, man. We'll talk about that.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
talk about that before this. Let's check out the trailer for this Killer Clowns game. I like how it says run. The tape player says run.
I didn't even catch that.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, shit. This looks like a fun.
From outer space.
Nice.
Okay. I play that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like, have you played any of those like multiplayer survival horror games? What's that one game called?
Like Dead by Daylight and things like
Yes,
that.
yeah. Dead by
Very
Daylight,
briefly.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I want to play with more friends, but none of my friends actually play those games. Like we play
Oh man,
Halo.
yeah. I had to give up on Halo, man. Like I got tired of the cheaters and the
racism.
It was just too. Yeah. See, that was kind of always there. It was kind of.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I ran into this dude. His name was Nuckin Figure.
Oh man.
I was like, how are you here right now?
Yeah. Like how see, and that's what I'm saying. Those are the people that are on PCs just like making new profiles every night because they just know how, man. They
Man,
just
this was like OG Xbox Live. Like
that's because there were no rules back then. It was the Wild West back then, buddy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Literally.
And it wasn't. I don't feel like it was as bad as it is today. I feel like today it's probably a little worse, but I think that's just because it's more people playing video games. It's probably the same as it used to be. It's just a bunch of monsters.
Yeah. Bunch of kids.
Steam. Yep.
Yeah.
Basically. but yeah, man. I definitely played Dead by Daylight. I had a good time playing it for a very short period of time. My crew, we played it for a while, but like you said, you need to play with friends so you can all kind of communicate and like get scared together and like go.
Yeah.
Like that feeling, like that's some of the best gaming for me when it comes to multiplayer, like online gaming. It's the playing those survival horror games with your friends. Because that's what was it? Left 4 Dead. Have you ever played that?
Oh, I love that game, Left 4 Dead.
Oh, man,
Yep.
Left 4 Dead, and then there was what was that? What was that one that just came out recently?
Which one?
It was a zombie game that came out recently. We played it for a while, and then we all lost. Like shit happened, but we played it for a while.
Was it a Call of Duty game? One of the zombie modes?
Back for Blood. Back for Blood.
Oh, that was created by the Left 4 Dead.
Yep, it's like a spiritual successor. Like it's not necessarily like a straight up sequel, but it's like you said, it's made by the same people. It feels the same, just like new graphics and new maps. Like it's that those games are so good because you have those moments to where you're screaming at your friends to do things and like you're acting as if your lives are truly on the line when in reality they are not at all. So you have your anxiety's pumping, like your adrenaline's up, and you're laughing and talking shit to each other. It's always a good time.
Palms sweaty, arms spaghetti.
Yeah, man. Like that's what to this day, no game has given me the feeling that PUBG gave me.
Really?
Oh,
PUBG?
Man.
Really?
Oh my god! Back when it was new.
Yeah.
Back when it was still like free to play.
Okay.
Not many people were playing it. It was still all about sneaking around. It was about survival, not who could get the most kills. It was strictly about who was going to be there in the end.
Who's going to be the one in the crosshairs of the sniper?
Yeah. Like not King of the Hill, but more. Yeah. It felt more like you were like fighting against the predator. You know what I mean? Like someone's always hunting you, and there would be moments to where you're just you're talking like, man, I'm telling you, Maya has seen me multiple times. My hands just like shaking after playing PUBG back in the day, and then it got to the point where, as soon as your feet touch the ground, like people are trying to shoot you, everybody's running around.
Kills.
Dog, I got so tired of it so fast.
Spawn kill.
And people are saying it's gotten even worse now. So like, I think it was one of those things that if you played it from jump, it was probably, you know what I'm talking about. You know that feeling it gave you. It was like such a raw experience.
Right.
And honestly, this Killer Klowns game, it doesn't look like a raw experience, but it looks like that same fun. Like you're running around with 3 of your friends, maybe more than that. And it looked like a bunch of people were playing, like maybe
Yeah.
4-on-4 type of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
I have to really look into what that game is because I might have to check that out. That looks pretty good.
hey, if you check it out, I'm gonna check it out because I've been looking for multiplayer. We still haven't played any games together, bro. Like, what's up with
That's
that?
true. Yeah, well, it's mostly because you PlayStation and
Oh yeah,
PC.
you know, East Coast over here. Well, no, I'm West Coast. Well, I
Yeah.
guess since PlayStation is in the East, the
Yeah.
land of the rising sun,
So
I would have to
yeah,
be East Coast. Yes.
yeah, I guess that's true.
By
Yeah,
creed,
it,
we are supposed to hate each other, but we
yeah,
are brothers.
it doesn't matter.
You don't believe in the console wars? That's very progressive. I love that.
No, I don't get it. I just said I'm done. I'll get a PC. I'm done trying to figure out which one's better.
Yes,
I'll
finally.
just get a PC. So
Yeah.
now I got a PC. Now we're gonna game, man. Now
Finally.
we can actually finally game.
And you can
it's gonna
finally
be
play
good.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm like,
Oh man.
I haven't bought it yet, just because I
Oh.
know I'm gonna be like, babe, I gotta play this until midnight. So please, if the baby wakes up, please.
She's gonna send something like, "Is Daddy playing games?"
Yeah. It's not gonna work. Dad's relaxing. But yeah, on that note, once again, that is good talking to you, Cam. I'm glad we're a little bit more in your realm and your expertise. This is gonna be good, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us on our mini episode, whatever you want to call it, of the Folding List Pocket Change. Catch you next time. Peace.